talking. He wouldn't stop talking till they got an investigation stirred up again. They couldn't just bury it with Orlando and Poochie. You know, niggas want to be seen. So, there we have it. I got the Blow G on deck. We got another pop-up in the Poconos on the 29th and the 30th of this month. Y'all come on in. Good morning. Keefe Dizzle. I seen an interesting little piece last night that was on Vlad TV where he said, if I go to jail, then Reggie Rice should go to jail for the murder of Notorious Big. They was fighting with each other, man, to see who could get their stories off first. This became a competition. It became a competition. There was a home that was raided in Las Vegas in connection to the Tupac Shakur murder case, a case that was never, ever closed. They tried to close it. The streets tried to close it. They tried to give it to, of course, forever they've been saying Orlando Anderson, but thank you. They've been saying Orlando Anderson forever, but we all know, especially from following different platforms like Brian Glaze Gibbs, there's been instances where people blame shit on a deceased. You know what I'm saying? There's been incidents where, it's become a common practice. Even Terrence Gangster Williams, he said that's how he got back out of jail. Everybody said that they blamed something on the deceased. But thank you. Yeah. Last night, well, it's been 2 days now, there was a raid. I'm gonna let y'all hear how the raid went down. It was actually a raid, almost a standoff, but they asked two people, come on up out that house, we need to talk. Hold on. Thank you for opening that door. Come on out with your hands up and your hands empty, please. Go ahead, hands up, guys. Come on, walk out. Walk towards the spare cat. Come on down the driveway to that sidewalk. Okay, you need to stop right there. Stop right there. Go ahead and put down your cigarette, please. Put down your cigarette. Put your hands up. Keep your hands up, man. You said they're going to charge car. Put your hands up. Sir, you need to put your phone down. Put your phone down. Put your hands on top of your head. Put your phone down. Put your hands on top of your head. Sir, now go ahead and turn away from us. Put down a cigarette. Turn away from us. Here you go. Walk back into the sound of my voice. Keep walking back. That sounds serious, don't it? He said he was smoking a cigarette. He knew he was about to be in for a long time. He knew it was at least going to be a long night. Everybody's talking about it. Where should I begin? Keefe D has become a favorite online in the last couple of years. People totally overlooked the fact that it's known that he did a proffer. The same thing that people ridicule or try to ridicule or belittle Blue Da Vinci for. He did a proffer. Keefe D did the same thing, just to put that out there. People have become very, very, fascinated with Keefe D's stories. A lot of people say he's very funny. His stories is good. I enjoy him. He on the Art of Dialogue, and he's been on Vlad TV. I can't lie. I do enjoy Keefe D content, man. Him and Mob James. It's just some old funny niggas and shit. But anyway, the Tupac case was never, ever, ever, ever closed. The Biggie case was never, ever closed either. And I believe this. Because of the way it unfolded, I believe this. Hold on. I watched a lot of content recently about the counterintelligence program lodged against the Black Panthers. They did a number on the Black Panthers with that counterintelligence shit. There's no way possible they not using the same tactics online. There's people on here with platforms who are the fucking police. I bullshit you not. There's people that you subscribe to, you tune into, you might even give them donations. They the police. They the police. I'm telling you, the police is present. They are counterintelligence agents present within this online community. There's no way possible that there isn't, because they're very, very easily hidden. You can very easily conceal them online and shit, right? Now, some of the narratives, some of the conversations that took place could push someone to offer a rebuttal. You feel me? I know this from doing videos. I can put out a video, and let's say the video is 95% accurate, 85% accurate. The other 10% of the information is going to be in the comments and shit. There's going to be someone in there that would be able to fill in the blanks. This is what happened with this situation with Biggie and Tupac and shit. Them niggas say they shit. Keefe D, them niggas, they get online, say they shit. Somebody else say they shit. Before you know it, you got a conversation, and where this information originated at, you don't know. But you have people offering rebuttals. No, it didn't happen like that. It happened like this. And that's what they looking for. They looking for that it didn't happen like that. It happened like this. This always happens in my comments. So, yeah. I believe that the police have been present the whole time in regards to this. This is a topic that won't go away. It won't go away. It won't go away. So many people have made a living just off of covering those two topics, Biggie and Tupac. That's it. This would be like me standing on the Haitian Jack thing forever. There's people who stood on their same theories, topics, or whatever forever, and they continue to push it. And there's people who came with rebuttals, and somewhere along the line, you might find some truth. Whatever the case, this shit all unfolded online in front of everybody, and the truth is nobody was ever arrested for the murder of Tupac Shakur. Nobody. And some observation that I made was, I don't know how nobody was never charged to begin with. I don't know. Listen to this. I don't know how no one was ever charged to begin with. You got 4 people in a Cadillac. A murder was committed. Nobody goes to jail, not even for conspiracy or nothing. Nobody goes to jail. You mean to tell me everybody goes on with their life, and you got guys who can get on the internet and explain what happened in that car, and nobody gets charged? Come on, man. Come on. There had to been some backdooring going on, some double dealing and shit like that. Let me say it again. Smoking that dribble blow, G. You already know. If y'all came to the pop-up or y'all in the DMV, you already know what it is. He said all of this right after Mutulu Shakur dies. Rest in peace to him. He said Flamingo was a busy street on and off the strip. I done been at that stoplight where he got killed at. They make it known and shit. I believe at a point in time, they used to be at that corner selling shit, selling memorabilia and shit. I've been at that light. This is where it happened, right here. You sitting at the light of where that shit happened at. But I believe Keefe D. I believe they played Keefe D. I believe they played Keefe D. And that case ain't gonna go away. It's too high profile. There's money to be made off the conviction. There's accolades to be given out for the conviction and shit. So they not gonna let that go. Do you know that on the original tape, Keefe D said he did it? On Suge Knight's documentary, American Nightmare, Suge Knight says he looks across and made eye contact He said, I was looking at this bitch ass nigga after he did this shit. That's what Suge said, right? Keefe D always replay a similar account of him and Suge making eye contact. I just feel that he might have said too much. He said, I heard the tape. It's a 2-hour confession. So he did No, I ain't talk about Gilly's son, man. I got my own shit I got to put down, man. Like, not right now. I got my own fucking itinerary right now. No. Anyway, yeah, I believe that it was kind of like strange that nobody ever was charged with nothing. With nothing? Somebody died that high profile. Nobody was charged with nothing. You mean you can recount and make documentaries and do reenactments and nobody ever was charged? Nobody ever was charged, no conspiracy or nothing. It don't make sense. Whatever he did in that proffer session, it earned him something, and he probably thought it earned him immunity. I don't know. He said Vladimir rocked him to sleep. I seen it with my own eyes, how the West Coast, who made the song Fuck the Police, you know what I'm saying, who known for being radical, I've seen how they bum rush this internet, man. This just happened in the last few years. They bum rush the fuck out this internet, man, the key players. Don't y'all know all of the fucking mob THRU now? Don't y'all know their faces? Don't you know what they look like? Don't you know their story? Don't you know the sets they come from? We know everything. Just from one, and we not even documented. There's people that's sitting around on computers and all day and shit, recording and documenting all the information that they getting. I think people have seen enough. I think Vlad has done enough for people to concur that it ain't safe to go to his platform talking about anything criminal. Don't do it. Don't do it. You be playing yourself. My man from Scotland said, you remember gangsters used to avoid cameras? In the 90s. That was still going on in the 90s. When I came off the porch and got into the streets, when cameras came out, there was certain niggas that was ducking and shit, running off and shit, like, to see. And I you know, I do video. I started out 2004. I remember how guarded people was in 2004, 2005, 2006. The smack, ask the dudes that did DVDs. We couldn't film everybody. There was niggas there that was like, nah, I'm good. Like, or they told you, like, don't point the camera at them over there and shit. Like, they will tell you this and shit. But these people let it all hang out. Mob James, Keefe D, and those guys, they became celebrities online. They became celebrities online, man, and they just took them niggas someplace. Y'all like this video? It's 400 people here. Good morning. We early. I want y'all to come on in here, and we're gonna toss this around a bit because normally when they start arresting motherfuckers again, especially on an old case, they got something. They got something. We want to run this back by you again and shit. He says certain rappers who came from that life was noticeably uncomfortable on camera. You got that right. There were certain rappers that when the cameras first came out, they were still uncomfortable. They couldn't even break it. It was still on them and shit. You know what I'm saying? He said Keefe played himself. Keefe D's been on camera the last couple of years and shit. You know what I mean? And these is the niggas that promote the fuck the police, rat shit, you know, rat paperwork, check in, you know, the extremism part of the G code is promoted by Los Angeles and shit for the most part. You know what I'm saying? They even said it themselves loudly. You don't take PC in LA. They don't do that under no circumstances and shit. So we know how they carrying it. But to watch them, real gang members, get on here and talk to the point of crying and shit like that, I seen Mob James break out in tears. These is real confessions and shit online. Somebody recorded everything that they said. They did. Rest in peace to y'all being really, really radical about this Gully situation. I ain't even have to look into, the depth of it. I'm checking out the temperament and the chatting what y'all saying. I hope that everything works out wonderful for Gully the Kid. But the shit that be going on in Philadelphia, people are pretty much, I'm not even from there and I'm immune to the shit. Like, I lost so many friends and shit. Like, I spoke about this recently. There's guys that I'm still looking for from Philly, from 1992, from when we was kids and shit, that I'm expecting to see again and shit, and they not here. They've been killed many, many years ago, and I'm still looking for them and shit. The news just ain't hit me yet. Every now and then somebody tell me, oh yeah, bro got killed, or yeah, he been gone for a minute and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that happens in Philly like it's just a regular occurrence, man. It is. People got to protect themselves and move your family out the city if you can. Instagram at Gully TV _. Good morning to you, Jalen, Mike Parks, Jamal Jones, Markeith, Shamik. Good morning, all of y'all. Make sure y'all share this video with people. Y'all see her, she over here working. Yeah. I think Keefe D kind of pressed his luck. I think he kind of put them people in a situation. I think he put them in a situation. You know what I mean? He even went as far as saying, if I got to do time, he said this on Vlad, if I got to do time, I'll be doing it in Las Vegas. They ain't even G all like that. I go out there and be the big dog. He said that already. He said that already. Greg Caden should be locked up. Mark my words. Greg never told that he initially confessed. It's my understanding that he might have, according to Keefe D, recorded him illegally. Keefe D claims that when certain things were said, he didn't know that Greg was recording. Greg might have had a pocket recorder. Basically wore a wiretap on him and shit. Yeah. Keefe talked himself into a charge after 30 years. Gaddafi riding in a car with Frank Alexander on the passenger side said the gunfire came from the driver's side of the window. Keefe D could have reached over and did the shooting. People have always said that that was possible. You know what I'm saying? Just the convenience of giving it to Orlando, it was just convenient. You could bury the whole case. If I got stomped out on camera, right, put myself in Orlando's situation. Orlando had a big reputation where he was from. They got their lick back the same night. When he go back to the hood, he gonna say, yeah, I got my lick back. Ain't nobody else gonna claim it and shit because he's the one on camera getting stomped. He the one whose reputation is at stake and shit. So people have said Orlando did it forever. You know what I mean? They have. Even street people that I've met, like, they just feel that it was in the streets. Like, this is well known in the streets, but obviously them people think that Keefe D might have did something slick, man. Bottom line. Reggie Jr. said something. I told y'all in the video that I made, Reggie Wright is the police. He's still the fucking police. His father is the police. All of their friends are police officers and shit. Reggie didn't have no regular street friends and shit like that. He had cop friends and shit. So, and these niggas was talking to him and shit. Like, Mob James be on camera with Reggie Wright and shit like that. Like, these niggas have been rocked to sleep entirely. They've been rocked to sleep entirely. It don't, popularity. Niggas get that 15 minutes of fame, man. Niggas go in the grocery store. Somebody say, oh, man, hey, what's up, man? Let me take a picture. You be like, shit, this ain't too bad. You go in places, people get buying you drinks and shit like that, paying for your food. And you think this shit is all right, man. I need to do another interview. That's what they be doing. I tell you something that never made sense to me, and I never allowed it on my platform. I never allowed this. Niggas don't go on tour with my platform. You know how niggas go on tour, they go and get on everybody's platform? I don't allow that shit. I don't allow that shit. 95%, I get a nigga first. I be trying to get a nigga first, right? If I don't get him first, I be like, but all of that, niggas getting on everybody platform and shit. Nigga get on St. Laz. Nigga get on Queens Flip. Nigga get on this. Then be emailing me talking about his story. Nigga, I already know your story. Everybody know your story. You done told it 4 times on 4 different platforms. What are you trying to do? They be addicted. They be addicted. What can I talk to you about? That was my situation with DeHaven and shit. You done aired it out already, my nigga. He said North Philly is getting worse, where it's cold at. The north side was always bad. The north side was always bad. The north side always claimed to be the baddest. You telling me it's worse? He said that camera's a drug himself. Reggie said it himself. He has no remorse for Biggie. The Allure, Ho said it in 2004. Keefe D is hiding out. He not at that house. Believe you me, the government or whoever looking for him, if they want his body, they ain't gonna have no problem finding Keefe D. They not. YouTube confessions. Y'all gonna believe after this go down? Y'all gonna believe. The more people that you see get arrested, the more you're going to understand how bizarre the shit the AR was doing. You're going to understand that shit was real bizarre. The more people that get grabbed up for shit that happened, for shit that was said, you're going to be like, whoa, he was dancing with the devil for real. AR got on this motherfucker, said, I seen him kill him. I seen him do it. Like, wow. He said, what a scandal if Keefe D get locked up for Tupac murder. He said, Ab was wilding. People wasn't saying nothing when he was out doing it, man. Like, I was just, I was like, man, he gotta be high. Nobody sober would do no shit like that, man. So people would say, I guess you get talkative when you get to taking them pills and shit. He said he got a whole compilation of himself snitching. Rollo got on YouTube and said he sold $12 million in dope. Where he at now? It said it's been 27 years of murder. It ain't no statute of limitations on murder and shit. Gully, would you say for some folks, they are addicted to getting attention? That's why you got so many YouTube streaming has been available for a long time, right? After you qualify, back in the day, you needed 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours, right? They've lowered it. You only need 500 subscribers now, and I think 1,000 watch hours. That means anybody can get on here and do what I'm doing right now and shit. That's bad. That's bad. And people do it every day. The niggas that you see doing it every day and shit, I mean, some trying to pay their bills, and that's understood, but others, they just totally addicted to shit. You'll see a motherfucker get on here, talk to 5 people, live stream. Talk to 5 people. 4 of them got wrenches. He said, what about Puffy? I don't know what makes y'all think Puff going to jail for something that happened to Tupac. He's not. He's not. They got a motive. Orlando Anderson being stomped out and assaulted, that's a motive. That's a clear link. Puff ain't got nothing to do with that. He said, Diddy lucky that situation played out how he did. Keefe was talking spicy about Boosie. He has made bosses behind the wall. You fucked that up. But I heard what he said about Boosie. Boosie do talk too much. He do talk too much. He keep up a lot of ignorant bullshit. He do. He settled down since he got in trouble. Niggas always settle down after they get in trouble, but he uphold a lot of nigga shit. He do. He do. Everything that he uphold, trust me, right now, he against it, and he becoming more against it every day and shit. Von Zip and Keefe D was cool with Mike Tyson. Wasn't Tupac Mike friend too? Diddy had issues with Suge that Pac, Orlando situation separate. It just happened at the same time, coincidentally. Yeah, that was always one hell of a coincidence that Tupac would have an incident with some guys that a discussion was already made about, you know, Puff being protected or Puff having an issue with these guys. He came up and he came up and put his hands on one of them niggas and shit. That's, woo-wee. That's gotta be some hell of a karma right there. He said, yeah, what's the odds of that happening? Yeah, that was one hell of a coincidence. You went and put your hands on some niggas that already he's on y'all ass or whatever. It's crazy. Keefe D is, I believe he said he's 60 or 62 years old. He said the ultimate life lesson. Keefe D is dead. I mean, Keefe D is an OG giving info online. The streets is dead. Y'all like this video with 600 people here. 100 likes. Y'all can do better than that. I know y'all just getting out of bed. Make sure y'all get to the gym. I'm going as soon as I get done with y'all. Nobody was never charged with it though. If they flip this case, it's gonna put emphasis on the Biggie case too. They adding pressure to this case, it'll put pressure on the Biggie case too. They probably will look further into the Amir Muhammad situation and the whereabouts of Poochie on the night of the murder. Keefe D was clout chasing to sell his book. It backfired. Puff was supposed to pay Keith, but Zip deaded him on the bread. They always said, solve the Tupac case leads to solving the big case. Nah, I didn't hear about Gilly's son, but the way that y'all carrying it in the chat, I could imagine that I done already sent my well wishes to him and his family and shit. He said, sometimes funny things happen, but it's just too much of a coincidence. Suge said it years ago. If you saw Pac's case, you saw Biggie's case. Damn. To hear that come out of Suge's mouth, that's pretty heavy. Y'all really ain't gonna like this video, huh? I don't ask y'all for super chats. I mean, donations. I ain't never posted my Cash App in here, no shit like that. I ain't never implied or interjected that y'all come here and pay for anything. You go to the website and pay for things. But the currency in my live stream is like in a video. Share, pass the rock. He said, well, yeah, Kading solved both cases. They tied. A wise man once said, there's no coincidences. Ooh. He got immunity for the proffer agreement not to brag about it for 20 years. His immunity was only for 20 years? He had a time frame on his immunity? Tell me this ain't. Tell me you joking. He had a time frame on the immunity, and the immunity, his protection then ran out? He said, where people be coming from with certain stuff is crazy. Did you speak on the attack of the Nation of Islam? I was going to do it in another video, but since you said it, I'm going to say it now. There's an alarming rate of videos critiquing and attacking the Nation of Islam. Are y'all watching this? Is y'all seeing this shit? He said, what attack? It ain't in your algorithm. You're not seeing this shit. Are you familiar with a film called Nine Wives? Have you heard about that? Have you heard the things Leon Muhammad have been saying recently? He said the nation did it to themselves. Jamal Jones, I appreciate your super chat. Is y'all watching this shit? I don't think the things that's happened or the things that's being said, he said Nine Wives is made by a cornball. We got to deal with facts and the amount of people who are saying certain shit, you know, where there's smoke, there's probably fire. Normally is and shit, right? But this I know. I ain't seen a ruler yet. I ain't seen a king yet. I ain't seen a star yet who didn't accept all the pussy that he wanted. I didn't. Every man in power, man. Every man in power, they gonna run around with their dick out. That's just the nature of men. The same thing, a similar thing is being said about the minister. I guess that he got kids. It's been revealed that, you know, Minister Farrakhan got some kids and shit, right? Allegedly. Let's keep it at allegedly. It's not hard to believe. It's not. I grew up in the Nation of Islam. I did, man. I grew up in the Nation of Islam. When we was kids, Minister Farrakhan was one of the most gorgeous black men in America. Hey, yo. This nigga up there, man, with the part in his head, with the waves to the side, all crazy and shit. Like, rocking these immaculately tailored suits, man, with the frames and shit like that. And he got the, you know, he got the fair complexion and shit, man. He eating bean soup and all of that. The magnetism had to be tremendous. That's so for him to have some, I guess, children on the side. He said iconic frames. Yeah, y'all know how he was carrying it. And essentially probably the most powerful black man in America and shit. So, you know, he running around with Gaddafi and these niggas, man. Like, this is above and beyond balling. This is above and beyond ostentatious and shit like that. I mean, I seen it, man. He used to be places, man. They would just put crowns on his head and shit like that, man, in other countries. Like, power that you don't understand. So, for that to happen, it don't seem far-fetched. I'm just keeping it real. He said, "Why now, though, Gully?" I'm gonna tell you why now. Because people got the internet. You got a lot of people that left the Nation of Islam and followed Malcolm X's revelations and became Sunni Muslims. So they don't feel the same way about the Nation of Islam, and they're gonna say whatever they want to say. A lot of these people that are saying these things, they are Sunnis now and shit. So they just speaking about, I guess, their former life or what happened. But if it was in regards to the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, if anybody was underage, that's pedophilia, and y'all already know how we feel about that. But I said on a video yesterday that they probably should have just outright adopted the traditional Islamic practice of having multiple wives and shit like that. That's what I felt, because the only thing that's being said about them, the only thing that's being said bad about the Nation of Islam is that they was doing some fucking. There was some fucking going on, and it's coming out. So he said there's no explanation on taking down a black leader. Whatever happened to the $1 billion that Gaddafi gave Farrakhan? I don't know if it was $1 billion, but the United States told Gaddafi, "You ain't giving this nigga nothing." Hey, yo, United States government said, "Man, you ain't giving this nigga no money. Where you gonna put it at? It ain't coming over here." Straight up. He said Temple 25 didn't like Malcolm X. The Gaddafi money was gonna go to the Blackstones. No. Don't try to tie the El Rookins and the Nation situation together. I believe El Rookins was already Sunnis and shit. Don't do that. Nah, Farrakhan had a legitimate Islamic relationship with Gaddafi and them niggas. He said, yeah, they wasn't going for that though. Peace to the Nation of Islam. I'm still down. I was raised on the teachings of Nation of Islam and shit. It made me who I am. We was more gifted and educated kids. We was way more prepared to be leaders. They was breeding leaders and shit. The Nation, seriously and shit. Like the education and shit. Like, to know your history, know about great people like Langston Hughes and Maya Angelou and shit like this. Nat Turner, just know about, I was always the first to raise my hand in class and shit. A lot of it had to do with the education coming down from the Nation of Islam and shit. Everywhere, in every discussion and everywhere through life. Every classroom and shit. If it came down to culture and shit, I was already there and shit. You know what I mean? He said I was two since 1983 and still land today. Peace to Clarence 13X. Since you said that, I'm glad you said that. On my Instagram page yesterday and shit, for Throwback Thursday, I posted an old copy of the 5%er, and on the back of the newspaper is a picture of Clarence 13X, Elijah Muhammad, Marcus Garvey, and a couple other, show enough cannons and shit or whatever, And people try to create a separation between the Nation of Islam and the 5% Nation when there is no separation and shit. The lessons came from the Nation of Islam. Did you know that Mosque Mariam and the Muhammad University had the highest graduation rate? I wanted to go to the University of Islam growing up, but they didn't have no basketball program, so that was out of the question. Gully, I'm about to visit Suge Knight in prison in San Diego. He's sending me forms to fill out. That's what's up. 80% of Muslims from the 90s turned gang. I don't believe that. You don't think the minister should be held accountable for what he said about Malcolm X and he being a traitor? Yeah, they been said that about Malcolm X, and that what he did was some sucker shit. It was some sucker shit. I look at it from both sides of the coin, and I heavily favor Malcolm X in a lot of regards to philosophies and shit, right? But you don't go out there talking that shit, my nigga, about what happened in the nation. You don't go out there talking that shit to the media. You going out there talking that shit to the media and white folks and shit like that. You don't do that. You don't air out the dirty laundry. If it's some dirty laundry, nigga, you better keep it to yourself. You don't take family business out in the street like that. You know what I mean? So that's what the, like you just said, what? You found some revelations about the Nation of Islam. There's some fucking going on. You didn't realize this, right? They silenced you. They don't want you to speak no more. You went on Hajj. You came back. Hajj, Malik Shabazz, you a Sunni now. You got a higher understanding of Islam. Going about your business and be a Sunni. You don't got to be talking that shit. So what happened between them, it wasn't Islamic. It was nigga shit. Oh, you talking that shit. Remember, the Nation of Islam was comprised of what? The same type of person Malcolm X used to be. Ex-convicts, ex-pimps, ex-cheats. You dig what I'm saying? So when he did that, he dealing with not just bow ties, he dealing with them ex-convicts, them ex-guerrillas and shit like that. And them niggas that did that shit to him, them niggas was about it. So, can't change history. Remember that tape came out about him talking smack about Rizza Islam? I seen that. I seen Rizza Islam and the other guy. What's the other dude? I forget his name. He popping too. He do YouTube too. Ben X. I seen them at Savior's Day and shit. And them niggas is getting big, man. They was getting big. Especially what's my man? Rizza Islam. Rizza Islam situation kind of reminded me of Malcolm's a little bit. You feel me? You are offspring of the teachings, right? And you putting on a dazzling performance. People might want some kickbacks, man. People might want some of that. People might want some of that, man. For real. He said, to be honest, what happened to Malcolm X tore a hole in Black America. He said, what about Dr. Khalid Muhammad? When Dr. Khalid Muhammad left, I was too young to understand it. That shit happened in the 80s. I was a kid. I ain't even like noticed that he left for nothing and shit. I just stopped hearing his voice and shit. We used to listen to a lot of Nation of Islam on tapes, on cassette tapes and shit. So, Sister Tanetta, Brother Akbar, and Khalid Muhammad, I grew up listening to their voices. I could hear their voices, those people, Tanetta, Khalid, Akbar. These are the people who opened up for Minister Farrakhan. They would go up there and speak first. They would bring him out. And I just stopped hearing their voices. That's what I remember. I stopped hearing Akbar's voice. I stopped hearing Dr. Khaled's voice and shit. And then I believe the next time I heard about him, Ice Cube was rapping about him and shit. And that's when I knew that he had left. He got kicked to the curb because of the King College situation. Can't censor no nigga like Khalid Muhammad, man. Them niggas was radical before they came to the Nation of Islam, man. Like, he's an alpha, too. That's why he was in the position he was in and shit. You know, he went on to create the new Black Panthers and shit. He was on Black Panther time to begin with. That's what he wanted to do to begin with. That's who he was. So, you know, in any faith, religion, again, you're going to have to die for what you believe in. Some people scared to die. That's why Jesus said in his name, you will sacrifice. The story of Jesus was for you to go against government. Khalid kept the burner in the Bible. Those are men they don't want teaching. I grew up on that shit. Straight up. He said, Kodak is doing a song with 6ix9ine. That's crazy. Niggas trying to get money, man, while they own, yo. What's the bigger picture? What's the bigger picture? Adhering to some street shit or securing your family for life, making a silly ass song with this nigga and shit? Kodak know how to act silly and shit. Why do I don't know what the fuck happened with Gilly's son. I don't got nothing to say. I hope everything's okay for Gilly. Brooklyn had a new Black Panther chapter. I seen the Black Panthers at the Million Man March. They around. He said the Nation of Islam leadership always been A1, I'll be sure type of dudes. You talking about Ishmael. You talking about Brother Ishmael. Them niggas all got that good wavy hair. What's my man name? I don't want to say his name and shit. I'm going to leave that alone. He said they never had no dark-skinned leaders. Yes, nah. Dr. Khalid Muhammad was a leader. He was black as tar. He said Nuri is next up. He said Nuri hair was wavy. Yeah, I think you got to go through a screening before they put you up there and shit. Niggas' hair got to be like the minister shit. 6ix9ine as an entertainer. Stop holding him as a street dude. He put some niggas away for a long time and shit. I gotta be frank with y'all, right? This is why I could never empathize with what happened to Shotty and them and shit. And I like Shotty's style. I thought Shotty was a live little nigga and shit, right? Them niggas was supposed to been robbed him, yo. They was supposed to been robbed him. And whenever the smoke cleared, like even in the situation that they in, them niggas supposed to be where they at, like, well, we took this, we took that. Well, I got this, well, I got that. You know what I'm saying? Like, them niggas, like, they kind of got addicted to the spotlight, too. They got out of touch with, if they wasn't going to do it right, meaning manage him correctly and carry it right. If they wasn't going to do they were supposed to rob him from the rip. That big fucking, that chain that he had with the, it was a mask. One of them fucking, what was that movie and shit? What was that movie, that icy joint he had? That movie, Screwface or some shit. It's a Saw. He had that big icy ass saw piece around them niggas and can't fight, man. They didn't take that shit. Them niggas was bugging, yo. Like, I would have fell out with them niggas if I was one of them. Like, the same way that, what's boy name? Harv. I probably end up moving like Harv. I would have just took it. I would have took something, yo. Like, man, we gonna get, I'm taking this from this nigga. You know what I'm saying? I took this. Fuck what you talking about. I took this, my nigga. I took it. What, y'all gonna fall out with me about it? And I think they did start falling out with each other and shit, but I took that, my nigga, for me and shit. Like, that's worth 200,000, 300,000, whatever it was, I took that from him. I took that, my nigga, for me. One of them Treyway people he got locked up with came home not too long ago and went back for a body, allegedly. He said some people love prison. He said, how did Jim Jones not get charged? I don't know, man. He said them gang cats never stick together for too long. Them niggas is supposed to been taking shit, yo. Cause you gotta know this shit ain't gonna go on forever. This shit gonna get funky in a minute. This shit ain't gonna go on forever. I don't expect this shit to go on for 6 months. At the rate we moving, this shit gonna crash. I'm about to take me something now, cause it ain't gonna be no opportunities later and shit. Just go on and take it now. Why wouldn't you take something from him? All of them niggas that was around was bums. Them niggas never had no couple 100,000. Man, you niggas together ain't never had with this fucking chain worth. I'm taking this shit. Well, I fall out with you niggas about this shit. Get the fuck out of here. They did that with his BM, unfortunately, instead of the chain. He said Gatto came home and went back to jail for a body. The streets of Philly strikes again. This is a regular occurrence. Do y'all just know, y'all talking about this, right? Just a week prior, a motherfucker, I think it was in Southwest Philly, pulled out an AR-15 and just started shooting motherfuckers for no reason and shit. Shot kids and everything and shit. I think he shot 7 people. He killed some people for no fucking reason and shit. He said carnage, laid multiple people down. Man, death is something we got to live with, man. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you get the notifications. Like the video. It's over 800 people here in the morning. I appreciate you all. He said the mass shooter killed 5 people, Southwest Philly. Yeah, that just happened like a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago and shit. Y'all making it condolences or, you know, I send my well wishes and condolences if that's the case, but y'all making this extreme because it's an entertainer's child and shit. Do y'all know that this shit happens often, every day? Yeah, y'all making it like y'all really tripping right now and shit. Will we see Keefe D give statements against Diddy? Diddy had nothing to do with what happened to Tupac and Suge Knight in that BMW. He didn't. Celebrity was created for competition and division. Leaders acquire people who want to be a part of the entire movement. Interesting take. Interesting take. He went beyond statements. They gonna have everything he said on Vlad TV. He got fresh content out right now. He on the Art of Dialogue and shit. He continued to make continue to do interviews. Hey yo, this nigga continue to do interviews, yo. He said Diddy is far removed from Keefe D. Pillmatic 2 on the way. We started recording. Shout out to Knowledge, the Pirate, and a couple of the new MCs gonna be on Pillmatic 2. I want to know how long his agreement with the people, whoever he did that profit session with, I want to know how long that he was supposed to be protected. Because why is they pressing the issue right now? Why is the law pressing the issue right now? What happened to Suge and Pac came from THRU, not Diddy. He feel like he's safe because Orlando was dead. Ganju Roach is pretty ugly on Pillmatic too. I hope so. He told Art of Dialogue, you trying to get me locked up, man. I don't want to talk about that. Yeah. If he know that the topic is that hot, why would you be on so many different platforms talking about the shit? Prophet was from the LAPD, not the Las Vegas Police Department. Okay, big difference. Why Jay-Z and 50 Cent the only dudes to make it legit? Make dope music. If Trey couldn't parlay their situation to put on any young black MCs, producers from the camp, that's their fault. Yeah. You know what? That's a great point. While the 6ix9ine situation was going on, why didn't they launch an MC? Why didn't they launch an MC who was a part of their crew? Or why didn't they launch an MC? I don't know why they didn't launch an MC on Treyway Entertainment. I know it was another guy, but I don't know why they didn't push a serious MC, a nigga that was nice. I ain't listened to Magic 2 yet. I got to check it out. I was going to say that, Hamza. It's funny you said that. If Mel Matrix would have rapped on Treyway Records, that shit would have worked. It would have worked, especially at the time. That shit would have worked like a motherfucker, yo. He didn't have to be on songs with 6ix9ine. He could have just rapped as himself. Mel Murder, Matrix, whatever. Boom. I'm hearing a lot about Jay-Z's museum. A lot, a whole lot. He said Mel was nice. A real MC was too smart to sign to the Titanic. We all knew that shit was going down. How do people get on Pillmatic too? My Pillmatic projects is primarily guys that I filmed. All them guys on Pillmatic 1, I filmed all of them niggas except for Merkham's. Yeah, and I ultimately ended up doing work with him and shit, but the guys that I filmed, I wouldn't compromise my project by accepting money for slots on a record and shit like that, because I don't do music for money. I do music to make it dope. And I ain't saying it ain't no nice niggas in this chat. I'm saying if you was nice, I would know you already. Straight up. Jay-Z got a new museum, but Marcy projects are still in shambles. What he supposed to do? Go and refurbish public housing? What he supposed to do? Go refurbish the projects? I ain't gonna hold you. I wasn't expecting much from the Pillmatic project, but it was super dope. Give me, please, one reason why you felt that my shit wasn't gonna be doper than most. Please tell me. Please tell me. Please tell me. Do you watch Gully TV? Do you watch Gully TV? You see the caliber of MCs I rub elbows with. You thought I wasn't bringing the fucking ruckus? You serious? You thought I wasn't gonna bring Ras Kass? You thought I wasn't gonna bring Super Lyrics and Planet Asia? You thought You thought I wasn't gonna bring it? You thought I wasn't gonna bring it? Sadat X, Shyheim, Hush Kingpin, the opioid era. Make sure y'all go check out my interview with Pretty Ugly, man. I'm gonna continue to get y'all dope. That's one of the interviews that I'm most proud about on my entire platform. It's probably in like the top 3 already. It was gonna be in my top 5, top 3 before I even shot it, because I knew the magnitude of it. I did. He said, I didn't think you was finna get on some Khaled plus shit. Khaled be on them niggas records screaming and all that type of shit. He keeps saying we the best. We ain't gotta say that shit. All you gotta do is buy the album. Keefe D, the donkey of the day. I disagree, Gully. Name one advancement that black people enjoy today that black people didn't have to die to get. It's a very complex question that you posed there. I'm going to say this. We've always gotten by with improvised provisions. That means we do our best with what we got. And with that being said, I support black kids growing up wanting to be professional athletes. You know why? Because we good at that shit. We fast. We jump high. We got excellent reflexes. This shit has been proven by science. You feel me? So I support the having a wicked jump shot. I support that. I do. I be seeing niggas trying to speak against kids having dreams of being pro basketball players. That's some sucker shit. Telling them the rates and this percentage fails and shit. Don't tell them that. Tell them the percentage that made it. How about that? That's sucker shit. And I know many of people who are making money professionally as basketball players who ain't in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say that again. You can be a professional basketball player and not be in the NBA. Straight like that. He said, most importantly, we have 7.5 ounces of brain cells. We the best. Word. I thought Keefe made a deal, so why is this going on? Because this shit is going on in Las Vegas. He probably made his deal and he spoke to the police in LA. He said Keefe broke, taking jail chances, doing interviews and self-snitching. Oh, shit. Good morning. Y'all like the video, man. We tipping 900 people in the chat. It ain't even 8 a.m. I'm totally on schedule right now and shit. It's 24 hours in a day. I get 25. Let's get it. He said Vlad does it again. I don't interview no gang members. I don't, especially not no Cali gang members. No. He said Keefe D did an AR app. You were right about King. Oh, let's talk about these niggas in Chicago. That's the last thing I'm gonna do before I get up out of here. Y'all lucky I don't roll up. Them niggas that be doing all that killing, somebody need to say this. Them niggas that be doing all that killing, them niggas do be blades in jail. Them niggas do be having niggas sitting on their lap and shit like that. That's true. Motherfuckers need to know that, because y'all be glorifying them niggas having all them goddamn bodies and shit. Them niggas do be in jail carrying it just like that. You know why? Because they ain't got no fucking future. They don't love nothing. Don't nothing love them. They don't give a fuck about nothing. And niggas don't be saying nothing because they killers and shit. But that shit is, y'all just, I want to know who the fuck at the institution is selling that footage to the general public. They know them niggas is famous. But when they told, when they start saying that shit about Wayne Perry, that he was when they start saying that shit about him, I wasn't shocked. I'm like, oh, the motherfuckers he killed, he ain't got no sense. He didn't kill a broad. Like, he was doing all kind of shit. And you think he gonna go to jail and start and become decent? I believe everything they said about that nigga and shit. Hell yeah. He said killers were spicy. Them niggas ain't got no fucking morals. A motherfucker that'll kill a motherfucker. You think a motherfucker that'll kill somebody won't do? Motherfucker that'll kill something to do anything, yo. That's the ultimate. He said you called that Vaughn situation early. Let me tell you something, man. Number one, this is the rules when you wild. And yes, I done been in a situation. He got, you got to swing on somebody, my nigga. You got to swing on somebody. You got to swing on somebody. If he even hit a nigga that was innocent, you know what I mean, that was with the niggas that he had a problem with, you know what I'm saying? Like, if he just hit, you got to hit somebody, my nigga. Like, you could have hit a flunky or something. You got to hit something. Like, you got to hit something. They got to come, they got to sound alarm. The squad got to come in and rush in and separate people. You feel me? That's how you get to the hole and shit like that. The PC thing, for all of the shit that he do and he's known for doing, totally unacceptable. Totally unacceptable. Bernard was good. That tickle you, huh? Niggas be skinny, yo. He said the dude, Little J, stay in jail. Now we know why. He on there. He assaulting Blaze, choking Blaze, Blaze running from him. He got another blade on his lap. What type of fucking jail is this? What type of fucking jail is this where you can sit in a day room with a blade on your lap? You can't do that shit in Pennsylvania jails and shit, man. You can't do no shit like that. Like, what type of fucking jail allows this activity and shit? Man, you can't. You sitting on a motherfucker lap in jail in front of the pod. What the fuck? You serious? He said it's the same guard talking on all the clips. I don't understand it. I was in that Vaughn situation. You just make a lot of noise because disturbance gets the guard's attention. This all it would have took that got Vaughn moved, right? I seen a million niggas do this. Look, I seen a million niggas do this. You know them chairs to be in a day room? You know them plastic chairs to be in a day room? You know them tables, them little card tables and shit? Like whatever type of shit, furniture that they got in the day room, just do like this. Yeah, nigga. Like, just do like that. And when the staff gonna see, oh, some shit about to go down and shit and act like it's real, I seen many niggas do that shit, man. I seen niggas do that shit at the card table. Niggas owe motherfuckers money at that card table and get to talking loud. Yeah, nigga. Here come the police. Hey, yo. When them motherfucking chairs and shit get to moving and you ain't got nothing to do with it, motherfuckers be trying to get the fuck out the way, yo. Motherfuckers be trying to get the fuck out the way. You would think them chairs got wheels on them and shit, man. Oh, shit. He said Lil J having a bunch of lover splats. Did you see Gunplay have a G panic attack? Yeah, man. I'm about to get up off here. Hey, yo. That nigga Gunplay retarded, yo. Yo, that nigga crazy, yo. What song was the DJ playing? What song set him off like that, man? He can't be that sensitive to fucking 50 Cent music, yo. 50 Cent's music is everywhere. What song was that? Nigga Gunplay said, man, I kill everybody in here. Everybody in here. Yo, that nigga had a meltdown. He said, I smell pussy. I know he ain't, nah. I wonder what he played, though. That nigga Gunplay always been wild, man. They packed him out. He ain't never in the mood for G Unit music. Gunplay back on them drugs. He said on camera. He said he did. Gunplay said it. What song was it? He said, I would love to see Gunplay and Tony Yayo have a fight one time. He said everybody in the building. Yeah, that nigga was on something, yo. That nigga flipped out. He said, I smell pussy. I know motherfucking well the DJ ain't play that song, yo. There's no way the DJ played that song. He had to dig for that, yo. That's a mixtape joint. That's some sucker shit right there. That's some sucker shit right there. If that DJ did that, he deserved for him to wild out like that. He said, yeah, he did, the DJ out of pocket. Yeah, he was supposed to flip out for that. And dude definitely did that. He said he knew Gunplay was in there. Oh, shit. He said they did Gunplay dirty between the stomping and being caught up against the security gate. Y'all don't understand. Y'all don't understand. They didn't do Gunplay dirty. They didn't. Gunplay was boogieing against 5 or 6 niggas. You know what I mean? That's how you supposed to go to the hole. That's how you supposed to go to PC like Gunplay did and shit. You feel me? That's how Vaughn was supposed to have one of them situations if it came down to that, because you be killing motherfuckers, hopping out of, hopping out the shadows and shit, blowing motherfuckers down. You be doing all this predatory shit on the streets, but when you get to the joint, You got all these strategies now and shit. He said, man, he said Gunplay held his own. He took off against Mike Knox and them 5-6 niggas on your ass, man. What you expect? I respected his performance. Looked like he was mixing for his. DJ called DJ Juice 305. Gunplay said he says through many men, but I smell pussy was the deal breaker. Yeah, he bugging. That's why Suge said if you don't want nobody dancing in your videos, he was directly talking to Big. He said he want to box Tony Yale. I got Gunplay whooping Yale. I appreciate y'all for coming through. Y'all share this video, like it. It's almost 1,000 people here. Make sure y'all get to the gym. If 200 of y'all get to the gym, just 200, I did my job. Straight up. All right. I appreciate y'all for coming through, man. Peace and blessings, man. Get y'all burpees up, man. Go to the website, man. Get merched up, therealdribble.com. And I'm up out of here. Peace.